Hello.
Dr. AutoFlower, you good-looking son of a gun.
What's
Good to
up?
see you, man. How are you?
Good to see you. Why are you upside down?
Am I upside down?
On my screen, you're upside down. What's going on here? Oh,
Well,
shit.
I I've actually been upside down the entire show. I actually flip
Oh,
everything right side up just
well,
so the just so the viewers have no idea.
awesome. Awesome. How's it going, guys?
Bro, man, thank you so much for being here, man. I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing fantastic.
That's awesome.
We've had quite the show, man, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Before I go into too much, man, real quick,
Right on.
for the couple that don't know who you are, who are you? Where are you from? And what do you do?
My name's Dayton, Dr. AutoFlower, and thank you for having me. I've been a viewer of yours for like so long now, and it's awesome to get to talk to you, both you and Mr. P in person. So, or not in person, but through the screen at least.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to person.
Oh yeah, and I'm a autoflower grower. I've been growing on YouTube for I think since 2011. I spread autoflower information, growing information, and everything in between.
Bro, the fact, yeah, you watch me, man. I've been watching you for as long, almost as long as I've been doing YouTube, man, because you've been doing this for quite some time, man. And watching you grow to become the channel that you are and the gardener that you are, we've been doing this for a very long time. When did you get started?
I think we got started in 2011, or yeah, something like that. I got started back when it was illegal, back when no one really wanted to be showing stuff on the internet, and I just said, you know what, let's do it. Who cares? I wasn't too worried about the law coming after me. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. And I was doing it small and just here and there and stuff, and I was like, I kind of really it all started with like stocking up all the information I could off like forums, and I just like was a knowledge sponge. And then I thought, well, what should I do with all this knowledge? Maybe I could just grow myself and have awesome weed just to smoke myself. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this out into the universe and spread that knowledge and help other people help grow their medicine and stuff. And yeah, and it's been a fun ride ever since.
Man, I watching you come along all this way has been absolutely awesome because you're one of the channels that I watched grow as I started growing. And to
That's
see,
awesome.
bro, like there's a few of us that kind of started at similar times, and
Yeah,
we kind of like came up together, if you will. And
we
that's how
did. We
that
did.
yeah, that's how I think of you. That's how I think of you, is like we're doing this together. And there's actually one other guy that I see the same,
Yeah.
and that's Matt, Mr. Canuck,
Yeah.
because he started
Well,
just after us, watching both
yeah.
of us, and then
Yeah,
started his own channel, and then man, he's now the biggest in the game. Crazy how that works, eh?
exactly. Like like you just mentioned, back in the day, I read the room, I looked around, I'm like, who's the guys here in Canada? Who's gonna be throwing down? I was like, it's 420, Mr. Canucks Grow. Look at you guys now. It's really awesome to see you guys doing so good, making an impact in the industry and stuff, and yeah, making making dreams happen, teaching people how to grow their own medicine, and nothing's better than that.
Bro, man, I say the same thing about you. The knowledge that you've brought to the table in
Thank you, sir.
regards to AutoFlowers, just gardens in general, man. I actually, there's many moments, but I particularly remember when I did my Stop Growing AutoFlowers video. That was like 2 years
Yeah,
ago now, believe it or not. And
yeah.
you did a response video, Start Growing AutoFlowers. And I thought it was so good. It was so good because you bring up some very,
Well,
very valid points, and
yeah, and
it's
same with you.
needed.
Like it's all very valid points, and there is a yin to the yang. Like AutoFlowers aren't for everyone, and for some people, they work amazingly. So, um, yeah, I think having a story of both sides is very needed because I know some people who tried it out and they got so angry. Oh, I'm never trying AutoFlowers again. Maybe with proper knowledge beforehand, they're like, well, you know what? Maybe that's not for me, and just grow regular photo periods. And you know what? I love growing photo periods. I'm not just an autoflower grower. I grow a lot of photo periods. That's where you get a lot of the dank, and it's easier. And as I always say, autoflowers keep you on your toes. They, it just kind of makes you a better grower. You have to learn how to read the plants. You have to learn how to, your timing has to be good. Everything has to be good, because it's all like the more you mess up, the worse quality and the worse yield you're gonna get. So it really keeps you on your toes. Photo periods, you can just like you can just mess them up. You can go in there, super crop them, like just treat them like garbage if you really want to, and you can still turn them around and have amazing crop.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You know what? I actually, that's why I believe that autoflowers are great for beginners because,
Hmm.
like, I feel like it's a great opportunity to get to know the plant, to kind of understand how it grows, what the inputs are, how to, kind of just get a feel for watering and feeding and the harvesting stage without having to worry about when to flip it, when to just worry about the time. You can just throw it on 18 and 6, keep it in the veg tent with
Exactly.
everything else. It's easier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And a lot of people take offense to that. They're like, no, 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 no. You have to know what you're doing with autos
Hmm.
because as soon as you do something wrong, it prolongs it on the end. And I'm not saying that's not
Yes.
wrong, but that's the same argument with photos. That
Yeah.
happens with photos. You up with a photo early on, it's only going to prolong it longer in the end, right? Now,
Exactly.
uh, of
Exactly.
course, an auto is going to be a little less forgiving in regards to its
Yeah.
flowering period and so on and so forth. What draws you to autos?
What draws me to autoflowers? At first, it was most definitely just the whole, what would you call it? The whole new strain, or not strain, like the whole new subspecies or whatever. And it was so new to me because I was learning about indicas and sativas and all that stuff before. But then autoflowers came out. When was that? Like they came out, I think, in late '80s, early '90s, something like that. But they didn't get good until like kind of late 2000s, and that's when I started learning about them. And when they started picking up pace and speed in the online forums, and lots of knowledge was being passed around and stuff, and it really excited me. I was just like, you know what, this is kind of what I want to get into because it just seems so at the time, it really helped my setup or went with my setup because I think it was just in a basement, no tent, no nothing, just a light over top. And I actually stumbled into autoflowers now that I remember. I just got given some seeds and they went into flower. Like I had those seeds on, I think 20 hours on, 4 hours off, and they went into flower after a month. And I, as a new grower, had no idea what was going on. I was really confused, and I started looking online. What's going on here? Why is this? Why is these plants like automatically flowering? I thought you had to switch it to 12 and 12, and that's when I learned about autoflowers. And I'm like, oh, these must be autoflower seeds I was given. So that's what really caught my attention with it. And with my setup, it actually worked with that. And then after I got a new setup, I kind of it was kind of trailer park boy style, and it went with that too. And it just I don't know, it went with my style for a while until I finally got real tents and all that kind of stuff. Then I started thinking about photo periods. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Man, like that, I love the honesty, man. Kind of just stumbling onto it. That's really like most of my gardening career, to be honest to you. Just stumbling around, kind of just finding success in
Yeah,
the corners
exactly,
here every now and
exactly.
again. Real quick, real. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, how's my audio?
Yes, I was okay. Well, you read my mind. I was literally just gonna say it. I got a crackle in it. I got a slight crackle.
Yeah, I'm getting a crackle in mine too. Like you're breaking up too. I
Okay,
wonder if
Mrs.
it's
Oh,
my pixel.
try
Was that?
if either A, you might be able to. It could be the source itself.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with this mic? Like, is it something you use often?
I'm using the Pixel Buds. I wonder if I could switch it out real fast and throw my headset on.
Please, please take your time too. I could
Okay,
use another
okay,
tea.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Awesome. I'll
please.
get that. I'll try that out.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Are you thinking about getting into streaming?
I am. I'm thinking about getting all my together and getting back into YouTube. I'm just slowly doing it. I had to take a little break from YouTube, but I feel like I'm getting that ambition again, getting that fire, and I want to get started again. So this is a nice little kick in the butt to get started uploading again. So thank you.
Good, good. And you know what? If I could say anything, and man, streaming like if we had this issue 30 weeks ago plus when I was doing episode 1, underneath
Yeah.
my shirt would be soaking wet. I would be
Oh yes.
nervous.
Oh, yes.
I'd be done. Like I'd be done. But quite frankly, honestly, it doesn't even rattle me whatsoever. Because I've got
That's
the
awesome.
power of you. You have a community. You kind of understand what it's
Yeah.
like to be powered by this unseen energy of people on the
Yeah.
internet, but you definitely feel it. So
Exactly.
I would strongly encourage getting into streaming. Don't take on trying to do your own studio and audio and all in that one.
Yeah.
You can do
Looks a little
StreamYard.
intense.
Yeah, you can do StreamYard and those other programs where it's just like you literally just sign in to the program and then it just does the rest. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's at least the way to start. Anyways, I encourage
A
everyone
little
to
bit
get away
easier.
from
Yeah.
that.
No, that makes sense.
Do you do any
Right.
gaming?
What was that?
Do you do any gaming?
Gaming. Yeah, I'm more of an Xbox gamer myself. For PC, I was really into Valheim for a while. I
Oh,
kind of wish we would have streamed that because that was like really, really fun. Me and my wife got into it for like a year or so and probably put in 400 hours at least.
no way.
So that's a fun one. We might have to try that again and
I
do a little, gaming streaming.
100% got into Valheim. 100%. Rob and
Yeah.
I were playing that for
It's a
a
pretty
few
damn fun
weeks.
game.
It is a damn fun game, and you just never know what you're going to get. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because came out a couple years ago now. But is that the one where you can build your fortress and you can kind of build the walls and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like really, really nice, like Viking style buildings and stuff, and Viking themes. And yeah, it's just really, really fun gameplay. I love that. My wife was the builder. I was the gatherer of resources. So
That's perfect. I love that game. Yeah, it was a fun one, man. I really enjoyed that. I'm honestly, I love gaming, man. Would you ever stream gaming?
I would. I've thought about it, but like this, I get a little nervous. I don't, because you get put on the spot, and I don't know. I can see why some people don't really do it,
Uh-huh.
but I've done it in the past, and sometimes I feel like completely no nerves at all, and then sometimes I feel all nervous and stuff. So I don't know, but I definitely want to.
I think you should, man. And honestly, if it's something that you're excited about, passionate about, then yes. If it's something that you just want to do to just because you think we can get famous and make money off of it, I think you already know this.
Yeah.
Then I'd say obviously don't do it. But the reward is massive.
Yeah.
I in regards to like I love gaming in general, and the fact that I can talk to like-minded people and kind of pass the time with others is so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
that nervousness that you have, and I kind of want to say this is to many people as I can, is that that's a quirk or an attribute that other people admire. And
Really?
and
I've never
yeah,
thought of it like that.
I do because like I'm outspoken, arrogant, and an asshole. And that's why I feel like I resonate with outspoken, arrogant assholes. And so
It's kind of a funner trait. You're kind of I've always thought like your style is kind of more suited to it because you have a lot of energy. You're very animated and stuff. So I thought it's perfect fit for you.
well, and I don't disagree. For me, it's perfect. It's perfect. But what I'm trying to say is like I can't capture the kind of attitude or persona or sincerity as somebody, or not sincerity, it's the wrong way to say it because I can kind of promote that, but like when you are kind of nervous or anxious and kind of awkward if I may, that is something people enjoy watching because they who are also kind of nervous, anxious, and maybe awkward also want to know that people like them exist out in the world and that they're conquering fears or getting over things, and they should too. And there's a way to do it. And
I've never heard someone put it that way, but I think you're right.
Good.
I've never really thought about it that way.
Good. Well,
I was just been like, oh damn, I'm acting nervous. Oh shit, gotta put it on my face.
Yeah. You know what? The thing is about streaming though, man, is that face only works for so long, man. Because when you start you'll be able to pull it off for maybe a few months, maybe a year, couple years. But the face is tough. The face is tough, and you know that. It's just like, it's like embrace the awkward. And I mean that in terms of the social nervousness and anxiety as much as I mean arrogant and outspoken asshole. It's like, just embrace it. Embrace it. Because it's like,
makes sense.
You and I are our biggest critics, is what I would argue, right? Right? It's like most of our audience where I put out a video and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I rushed. It's horrible. I think it's bad. And then 99.5% of the comments, as per the statistics in the dashboard, say the opposite. Everybody's like, I loved it. It's fantastic. It's great. You know? And so, sure, maybe they're putting a little bit of smoke up my ass, but you know, I feel like they're honestly resonating with it. I don't think they're lying to me. I feel like they honestly resonated. Sense. Yeah. So I encourage you to do it, man. I would love to watch. I really would. And forget about, as much as I would love to watch, bro, I would love to game with you. I'd love to squad up, take on the demons, bro.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, I do a little bit of Call of Duty. I'm pretty much the best.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the best.
I like it. I like that attitude.
I have to have it. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I've really been thinking about it, but like with work and everything, it's really hard. But we do kind of have plans. We do want to take off and possibly move to Southeast Asia, and then I would have a lot more time in my hands. Yeah. And if I did, I would 100% be playing some games online.
You have 100%, and this is Southeast Asia is not somewhere that's kind of foreign to you, eh? You've been there once or twice?
No, I have been there a few times. I've lived over there probably a year or 2 years in total, all over the place.
Yeah.
Thailand's legalized, and Philippines actually just, I think they passed it in the Senate. They are trying to legalize medical there. So that blew my mind. That happened, I think, 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, big things are happening over there.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I knew big things were happening. Mm-hmm. No, I knew big things were happening, bro. One thing that's kind of untapped is you travel a lot, bro. That's one thing that I really admire about you is that you get around the world. Before I get into your vlogs and the time that you've spent and the videos you make, you fly a lot. I'm assuming that you have to fly to these places, right?
You're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't hear you.
You fly, right? You fly to a lot of these places? Yeah, because it's over the ocean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any issues flying, bro?
Flying? No. Well, I get a little, what's it called? Anxious flying a little bit. Me sometimes. Too. Not too bad. I don't know. I guess it's been worse in the past, but now it's kind of not so bad.
Me too. Yeah, I
Why?
100%.
Do you get anxious?
Oh yeah.
It freaks you out?
Yeah, I don't like flying at all, actually. I'm flying
I'll
to...
tell you a story.
Oh, please do.
We were coming back.
I have to fly. I have to fly in like a week. So this better be a
You
good
don't want to hear the
story.
story?
No, go ahead. I have to now. Go ahead.
So we were coming back from the Philippines, and it was about, I think, hour or so before landing in Vancouver. And all of a sudden, I looked to the side through or out the window, and there was a lightning strike right at the wing, and I was freaking out. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Oh no! It was pretty spooky, but it wasn't too bad. We're like, no, let's just calm down. Nothing's happening yet, and everything went fine.
Yeah, I wish I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Everything went fine. That's great. You saw you were attacked by Zeus. So let me get this straight. Zeus himself attacked your airplane, and you still
he
made
tried.
it. And you still made it to the
He
other
failed.
side. That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. If you can conquer Zeus, I can take anything on. Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah. Just a little story.
Yeah. That's okay. We've had some crazy times on the flights. Never flown so much as I have in the last few years, and
I've been seeing. Looks like you guys having a lot of adventures around like Las Vegas and stuff, and at the Canna conventions. That's awesome.
Yeah. What's it called? MJ BizCon. Yeah, MJ BizCon.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's the one that gets us to Vegas. It's
Nice.
a ton of fun, man. It's so much fun. It's really cool, bro. I'm thankful that I'm riding the coattails of the right guys. You know what I'm saying? Rob and Chris have got a good head on their shoulders, and
Yeah, you guys are doing awesome.
Yeah,
it's really awesome seeing you out there representing the YouTubers and stuff, and yeah, making things happen.
Yeah, bro. It is so much fun, man. It's just could you imagine seeing this kind of stuff back in 2015, 2016, man? 27.
Yeah.
Wow.
You might have seen like one or two giant YouTubers doing that kind of stuff and like getting, representing brands and stuff like that, having everyone see them out in like actual like expos and stuff. And now you guys are doing it. Lots more YouTubers are getting into it. The whole industry is getting way bigger now, and the cream is rising to the top. You can tell. Like,
yeah. It's a blessing to be a part of, bro. And I honestly, I'm glad to see that you're getting back into the game. Because
I kind of fell out of it. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube's like a abusive relationship.
Yeah. It is. There's no other way to put it.
It is, and like, I think about 6 months before I really slowed down, is when they started really just going through everyone's channel. Just what are they doing? They're throwing the age restrictions on every single freaking video with a plant or anything. They're just age restricting, and I don't know. It was like a swift kick in the nuts. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're
it really takes
right.
the wind out of you. They're abusive to our genre and stuff. But I don't know, the thing that's really, I don't know if it's grinding my gears or putting a fire under my ass, is seeing other channels right now, and they're showing plants and everything all over, and they're not getting demonetized or age restricted. So I'm like, is things changing or something?
Yeah.
Are we able to show plants again? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. You know what? Things are changing. But okay, so your channel, did it get deleted in 18?
What was that? Say that again?
Did your channel get deleted ever?
My original channel.
Yes, that's right. Okay, that's right. And and then you started back up. The thing is I believe is that the people that have started up channels since then aren't as blacklisted as the ones that were, like, mine got reinstated. I got mine back, and
I remember.
I almost wish. No. Sorry, I don't want to say that because I don't. That just sounds not grateful, but I feel like it would have worked to some benefit had I just started over and used a fresh channel and moved forward, and not used the one that had already been flagged, sent through the ringer, deleted, brought back, censor, you know. So I feel like the new channels have a much better chance of getting through it.
Yeah.
However, we are seeing kind of like the shift, this pendulum shift of content where people are showing plants. There's plenty of examples of it happening. So it's like, I honestly don't know. If I put a plant in my video, it gets age restricted out to yin yang, and it's very tough.
Really?
Oh yeah. But there's others still
Yeah.
to this day that have no issue putting that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and can do it. And so yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the trick is. But I'm
I was
willing
hoping
to
you had
figure
some
it
secret information or something.
out. Oh man, I wish I did, man. But that's why, like, there is no plants on my channel anymore. I have no plants. I got rid of all of them. But like, I'm still age restricted, and I'm still kicked out of the partnership program. So it's like,
Really?
well, yeah. Oh God, yeah. So it's like, bring him back. Bring him back. Like, what the hell am I not doing it for? Because I feel like this is what I want to do. I want to show what I could do in the garden now. But here I am.
Yeah,
It's
like
tough.
you're kind of breaking up.
No, it's tough. No, it's just tough because I want to show what's going on in the garden.
Yeah. No, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I just did a little deep dive into like who's getting age restricted, who's not, and like you said, I think it's a lot of the more newer channels. They're doing exactly what we were doing before. Doesn't look like any age restriction. They're just posting like normal, and I don't know that they don't get the slap on the wrist like us. So it's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
The thing is
But-
like, I it's important to stay motivated, obviously, because like you said, it's like an abusive relationship. But the sooner you come to realize that there's a way to play the game, and it's not necessarily the way that we were playing in 2016. That
Yeah, no, I get it.
that to me is the difference. That's the click. The difference, though, is that getting the change in content has been very tough, because I've been trying to experiment, from growing content to news content to live content to podcast content to educational content to talking head content to overlay content to you name it. I've given it a shot. And the stuff that works the best is the stuff that does not involve the plant, that does not involve anything that showcases the plant or smoking. But that's, again, with a tainted channel.
Yeah. No, same with me, or from what I've seen in the past. I do have a outdoor grow series that I filmed. Grew some AutoFlowers outside, and I'm gonna drop that. So we'll see. We'll see if I get an age restriction right away or what. But I always thought, because YouTube has a thing where if it's documentary, it seems like they don't go after it as hard. So I think going forward, I'm gonna try to just call every grow a documentary.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yes.
It seems to work sometimes, and when they come after me a few times with strikes or whatever, it's or age restrictions, I've gotten those off a few times just for saying, no, it's a documentary, let me do my thing, I'm following the rules and stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? I've noticed the same thing, and a lot of it has to do with who you are. Like Vice News can get away with murder. But the thing is, the documentary thing is huge. I've noticed that a lot of us, I'll just say us, a lot of us have gone with this video is for educational purposes. We don't condone the sale of drugs or anything illegal.
Documentary purposes, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of become a thing, and it's kind of working. So people are putting that at the beginning. I think that that's ridiculous. YouTube Kids exists for a reason. and most of the time their argument is it's for people over 18. So it's like, why put it? Oh my gosh. Anyways, it is what it is.
And then you see ads. Then you see ads for grow companies and stuff. Then you see ads for mushroom companies here in Canada. It's just like, what's going on, YouTube? Like, come on, just like have a plus 18 channel or section or something, or just like, no, we're gonna do whatever we want, and we're gonna be a little abusive to you, and then we're gonna run mushroom ads to make you mad.
Yes. Yeah. See, the thing is like, I can sit here and bitch, and I've spent a lot of years bitching, because a lot of years, since 2018, in fact. It's been a long time.
I usually tune into those ones.
Yeah, good.
I'm like, what has he got? What's
he bitching about today?
Here?
Yeah, the T with P. The thing is, though, is that I have to remain positive. For the first time in my life, I feel like I really don't. I've been succeeding more than failing, and I've been able to provide for my family in ways that have never been possible before. And this has been possible because of what I've done on YouTube. Yes, it has a lot to do with the plant, but my outlet's been YouTube. So I can't forget that that's really where my roots come from. And YouTube, it's like, as much as you might think it, or it might feel like an abusive relationship, I feel like it's almost like this is an arena where we're here to we're here to fight, but so we're here to throw down, but so are hundreds of thousands of other people. And in order for them to throw a sanctioned bout, they have to have rules. And for us to be able to step in the ring is an honor. It's a pleasure, because people outside would have loved this opportunity. All we bitch about is that we don't like the rules. And the guys behind us are saying to us, then step the fuck out and let me in. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So when I sit here and bitch about the rules, here I am. So it's like, can't. If I'm going to bitch about the rules, I also need to caveat that with, I'm very thankful with the position that I'm in, with the ability to capitalize and utilize the momentum from a community that supports me, and so on and so forth. It's been an incredible adventure. To think too that, you know, way back, that we would still be creating YouTube videos this far down the line is crazy. It's just, you have to follow the rules. But I feel like guys like you and I, you're very creative. We can figure out ways to spread our message without breaking the rules.
Makes sense. And thank you for being inspirational. I know that's like something I need to hear. Like, just freaking get at her, pitter patter.
Yes. I 100% agree, man. Yes, just get at it, bro. And I say this because I know I don't want to sound like for any minute I'm preaching, because this is just advice that I need to hear, because I also get in these slumps where it's like, I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of putting out a video that I know I can sit in front of the camera and say, these are the best A, B, and C's, and get a video that's going to crank out 10,000 views. Cake. I know that I can put a seed to harvest video out there on anything and it's going to get 10,000 views. Crank. I know that this is going to happen, but either A, I can do what everybody else is doing better, or, and let me rephrase, I could try to do what everybody else is doing better, or I could come up with a lane for me and try to perfect that. And that's kind of where I try to find myself. And I feel like it's always the best over here, because I get to compare myself to nobody. Because it's so chaotic over here at all times.
I'm just wondering. Yeah. Have you guys ever had that where your screen's flipped around? Like, I'm just tripping out watching you upside down and stuff.
Is this better, bro?
Before?
Is this better?
There we go. It's fixed.
Is that better?
A little bit.
It's probably because as I dangle all my pieces, if I go like this, and then I go like this, did that fix it?
Yeah, it was almost almost fixed.
It was almost fixed, and I broke it.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
I can get by.
No, I'm glad you mentioned it, though. I'll figure it out so that no one else needs to feel like they're tripping balls watching the show.
Yeah.
Do you have a garden going right now?
Just the outdoor garden, and it's coming down this weekend, I believe.
Oh, outdoor garden. Is there weed in the outdoor garden?
Yeah, yeah. Like this year, I just wanted to throw some plants in an outdoor organic, like no nutrient added kind of grow. I did a couple in a greenhouse, like a little tiny greenhouse. You'll see. It's like really rinky-dink made, but I figured, hey, let's try a couple in here and see how they go, and then I'll try a couple in the actual garden, see how those go, and from there figure out what to do next year. Because I'd never really tried much AutoFlowers in a proper garden outside. I've done it like real, trailer park boy shot style, just like out in the bush kind of thing, but never actually in a garden. So they came out pretty damn good. I'm pretty impressed with some of the outcomes in the actual garden. In the little greenhouse, they came out really good, but some of it started to mold and stuff. And I played with stunting them. So in the little greenhouse, because they got stunted and not transplanted right away, I think they're put in about 2 weeks after being in a Dixie cup, and they actually came out like perfect size. And the other autoflowers that I started, I think I only started them for like 2 or 3, 4 days in Dixie cups, transplanted right away, and they got so big they like outgrew the greenhouse. So I've kind of learned that certain stunting outside is good, because it seems like outdoors autoflowers kind of grow, have a longer growing lifespan or something, or something slows their lifespan down. If it maybe just the outdoor weather with it being kind of colder at night kind of thing, or maybe because their roots can go deeper into the ground. Not too sure, but the outdoor ones in the garden, they come out really good, about 3 feet high, some of them, and very nice looking buds.
Really?
So, yeah.
So okay,
Be showing that soon on my YouTube channel.
Shorter lifespan, as in flower, like a vegetative lifespan, or yeah.
No, like longer lifespan. Like normally, if you grow them indoors, your lifespan of your autoflowers will just be like, or your veg. Let's say your veg stage or whatever is only going to be like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. But autoflowers, it seems like it goes longer, from like month and a half of veg. Kind of, it's just a much slower process, slower to flower. I know they were started around June 1st, and now August they're finishing, and that's about 3 months. So that's, I think they're 60-day strains, or so it's kind of, they could go longer, but it's Canada and the weathers get bad, so they got to come down. So yeah, it seems like they're going probably, I would say, 3 weeks longer than what it would be indoors, or maybe a month more. So something outside, I don't know if it's my area or whatever, but it slows the growth down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. I honestly have not only never grown autos outside, I've never grown outside. And I think autos would be the choice to grow. So yeah, I'm glad you said that. So it's something I can look forward to.
Especially in Canada, because like I've tried photo periods outdoors just for fun, just throwing some seeds out, and they do not finish. Where I am, at least, I'm pretty far up north, so they just they barely start like sexing and showing the pistils and stuff, but they don't really get into budding. You really need like a greenhouse with a blackout tent or something like that to actually grow photo periods up here. So yeah, it's a little hard, but autoflowers, I think that's definitely the way to go if you want to do some outdoor stuff. They if you have a good season, they come out pretty damn good. I'm pretty impressed.
Are you doing any kind of training to yours?
Oh,
Autos?
I'm not. I can't hear you.
Are you getting any training with your autos?
Training the outdoor stuff. No, well, actually, yeah, I did some super cropping on the really big ones, and as I tell people usually videos about info on AutoFlowers, you don't want to do hard training and stuff, super cropping and stuff like that normally. But if you're doing it outdoors and you're not worried about them stunting, like they're already getting too big, so stunting's not really a worry for me then. So I started just pinching them all, and kind of helped because they're starting to stick up and go through the roof and stuff. So yeah, I think it was needed. The super cropping was definitely needed. I didn't do any other training with the other ones though.
Well, honestly, that super cropping is, I think, the most important. If you're gonna do any training, I'm a super crop guy. I believe you should be putting a little bit of attention on every single branch, because you're gonna bear some fruit. You're gonna bear some fruit.
Exactly, and it's not hard. It doesn't take long. It's probably the easiest way to train your plant if it's photo period, or if you want to do that with autoflowers. It is very fast. You just boom, 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 pinch, 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 and then there you go. Then it pops up the next day, and you're getting more more light inside. More, you can spread the plants out more like that. So yeah, and you get better buds.
You kind of already said this already, but if you had to pick, and you're indoors, auto or photo?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot,
I
man.
have
Come
to.
on.
This is tea.
Oh, well, jeez, come on.
Nobody's gonna hold you accountable to your answer here.
Oh,
Absolutely
well,
not. Nobody watches this show anyway.
let's say if I'm only doing YouTube videos, then yeah, I would do only autoflowers. But
Fair.
if it's just me by myself and I had a choice, I'd probably go photo periods. Because it's just autoflowers are just more interesting, kind of.
Yep.
But photo periods are just, they're easier to grow. You get fire genetics, you can clone it. It's just easier to do. I'm not an autoflower fanatic by any means. I love it. I love spreading the information, but I also love photo periods and all weed. So
That's fair.
that's kind of my take.
That's a fair take, man. And that's exactly it. People are like, oh, I know people are like, pigeons, put them through the, you hate autoflowers. The reality is no. You read a clip or whatever, or you watched a clip and saw a thing. It's like, stop growing autoflowers. I state my case in there very well in regards to why I think it's important that. I don't think it's important that people stop growing autoflowers. I just want people to be aware of where autoflowers fit in our great grand scheme of things. You've got companies like Mephisto. I'm a huge fan of them, man. They're doing incredible things with autos, man. Fast Buds is doing some incredible things with autos. Like, autos are taking off right now. And I'm not going to sit here and say I hate autos. I never said that. I never said that.
Yeah.
So in fairness, I've got autos right here, man. I got what do I got? I got a couple autos. I got a.
What do you got?
Strawberry cheesecake auto, Alaskan banana berry auto. Yeah, those two autos. So I will be growing autos in the future.
Right on, man.
Yeah. Why not?
Been a while?
Oh God, yeah. People, and also a lot of people think I've never grown an auto. Man, I've grown tons of autos. Yeah, I've grown tons of autos.
Yeah. I've seen it.
yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, exactly. I've had some great ones too. I really enjoyed them. But we kind of dabbled over this a little bit. You, sir, have another channel that has nothing to do with weed. And this excites me because, in my opinion, in the same way that I encourage anyone and everyone to create and to stream and be them, I also want to convince every cannabis content creator to branch outside of cannabis and create content, because you have a skill, you have a reason to be here, and you, sir, have another channel. What is it, and what do you do?
My other channel is a travel channel and it is called Nomadic Dreamers. It's pretty much my travel channel that I made because I met my wife over in the Philippines. We go back and forth and stuff. And I think it was like the second time over, I was like, you know what? I should be documenting this. I have a YouTube channel. That's when I was posting on my Dr. AutoFlower channel. So I kind of just mixed it all together. And then I learned that's probably not the best thing. So I kind of branched off and made a new channel. And yeah, so it's kind of my adventures around Philippines, mostly Philippines and stuff. And yeah, I also branched off, started doing raves and festivals and stuff. And because I used to do a lot more film work. I think back in 2015, I started a film company working for companies, just doing like ads and stuff for them. Uh, I don't know. I just got really into filmmaking, and then it kind of spilled over to travel, and that's when the whole travel vlogging thing was blowing up. And I was like, you know what? I always felt like if you have like a love for something or a passion, you can make a YouTube channel out of it. You
Yes.
can, and if it's really good, you could have a whole career out of it. You could have a new life. It was almost like my backup plan. If I ever decided to fully live over there, I was going to use that as like my means of income, making videos, working with resorts, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's kind of been a little side project. Been on hold since the whole lockdown and all that
Yeah.
shit of the world. But yeah, I'm really we're looking very much to go back. So
Good.
hopefully in the winter, I think
Good.
probably I think definitely this winter.
Good. 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 No, I'm 100%. I 100% agree with you in regards to uh you should 100 fuck, I'm all over the place. You should follow your passion and create no matter what it is. I agree that, sorry, it took me that long to actually remember what it was I was trying to say. That's how well I stumble and talk at the same time. When you said that
You're kind
anyone,
of you're kind of cutting out. Is
when,
there any way to like get that other microphone like a little bit closer to you?
I don't know which microphone it is. Oh, maybe.
I think we're on Mrs. P's microphone.
No, it'll be this one, I think. That one? Is that a little bit better?
I think so.
Okay. All right. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I gotta pause.
Go ahead.
Like when there's breaks, this is one thing that throws me off with live streams. If there's like crackles and breakups of like voices and stuff, it throws me off. So I'm just like, I'm tripping out here. You're upside down. I'm just like trying to pay attention here. So sorry if I'm a little off. But
Well,
I think
first,
I think it's better.
you, sir, are doing wonderful. You look and sound great. You're 100% natural, and I would never tell that you were anxious, nervous, or otherwise. So thank you for putting up with the sideways, upside down. Can hear them maybe if you can't.
No worries, no worries.
When I first started this podcast, I had, it's embarrassing to admit this, I had 3 cell phones logged into Discord so that I could have I had a phone streaming to the TV through Apple so that I could bring up, oh, it was ridiculous. And so every now and again, my guests would cut out and I wouldn't hear what they were talking about for 30, 40 seconds. And then all of a sudden, they'd look at me like, oh, you can't hear anything. And I'd have to be like, oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. And oh, it was the most embarrassing. So I made sure that I had all those guests back on later once I had an earpiece to have a real interview with them. But yes. So, well, thank you. Everything you're saying is being noted down and it's going to be fixed for the next time.
Awesome.
Won't happen again, boss. I promise.
No worries, no worries.
When I 100% think that someone who has a passion, I think they should create a YouTube channel. I don't care if it's knitting, I don't care if it's yoga, I don't care if it's cooking, riding bicycles, roofing, sidewalk making,
everything.
you should be able to put a little GoPro on and record it. Some people have the opinion not to have their faces shown, but I just think that you should document it, overlay it, and get it out there, because everybody's creating today, man. It's beautiful.
I actually say the same exact thing to anyone who's like really passionate about something. I'm just like, dude, start a YouTube channel.
Yes.
You have no idea where it could go. I've grown up with people, some of the funniest people, funnier than comedians, just hilariously awesome people. They love fishing. And I was just like, dude, start a YouTube channel. You could have a whole new career, a whole new lifestyle, and where you just go fishing every day and just laugh with everyone online. And they're, oh no, that's crazy. And it's just like, it can happen. You just gotta just have the ambition to make it happen.
That's it. I 100% agree. And it's funny because, and no matter what happens, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
My biggest hurdle over the course of the last 6 months has been audio. Trying to dial in audio, and you know, someone might think, well, why don't you test the audio before you go live? My God, does that not sound like an easy answer? The reality is that once you go live and you start to incorporate another someone who's coming in from another source, or you start to incorporate latency and bit rate, and it's a whole other conversation. I wish it was as easy as just test it before you go live. We tested everything before we went live, and everything was wrong when we went live. That's the reality.
Well, I was wondering, like, are we gonna test something? I'm freaking out. Like,
no.
Just throw me in the fire. I'm like, okay.
Yep, 100%. Pure fire. Yeah, pure fire. Yeah, sometimes I do like a little walkthrough or whatever, but not. Yeah, sometimes I just.
It's working out.
Yeah, there's a pack of wolves. We just figured it out. Because that's the reality of it. Is there's going to be failures along the way. And the wonderful thing about Adobe Premiere is you just edit those out and nobody knows about them.
Exactly. Oh, that's awesome.
No, I'm glad that you're making travel content. I love to see what you and the missus are up to when you're traveling. I like to get to know the person behind the camera a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting when you take us on an adventure with you. And I love that.
Well, I watched some of your guys' vlogs too, your Vegas adventures. I was like, oh, this is awesome. You get to see like the behind the scenes, you guys having fun. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and
it's valuable.
It's just like another aspect, and I don't know, you build a closer relationship. But yeah, I'm really wanting to blend the two. And now that Thailand's legal, I want to get over there and do some travel cannabis content. And I think now's the time before they make it illegal again or something.
Smart, bro. You 100% have a knack for not only capturing what you're doing in the garden, but a great way, or you have the ability of spreading quality knowledge of how to grow good plants in the garden. You've been doing it.
Yeah.
Your record speaks for itself. Your record speaks for itself. You've been doing fantastic. And to hear that you're considering going back into content, I love that. And for the record, I would love to see a Dr. AutoFlower Pigeons 420 collab having a discussion about AutoFlowers.
Let's do it.
I'm down. We gotta do it where we can shoot back and forth.
In the books.
Yes. I'll have my people reach out to your people.
Sounds good.
Bro, if anybody wanted to reach out to you or have a conversation or anything, where would they reach you?
I guess the comment section of my YouTube channel or Instagram. Instagram's probably the best way if you want to just direct message me or whatever. But yeah, that's the best place, or the most where I actually post. I don't know. I'm pretty bad on Instagram. I barely post there now, but I'm gonna try to get back into YouTube, get everything rolling again. This is a nice kick in the butt.
Good
to light the fire or whatever. But yeah, thanks for having me on and like inspiring me again with the really nice inspirational talks.
Bro,
awesome.
I honestly thank you for coming in here and having a conversation with me. More importantly, thanks for bearing with all my issues and toughing through it with me,
No
man.
worries.
I'm gonna make sure that when we edit this and it comes out on the weekend, that it looks flawless and you look great. So
Awesome.
thank you, man. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure, bro. To be able to keep doing content online for as long as you and I have been doing it for is a blessing. But it's almost unheard of. People don't get to have this run on YouTube as long as we've had. So to be able to do that and to be able to do it with each other has been awesome, bro. I'd love to be able to look at you and be like, this is one of the kids who was playing in the playground with me when I was swinging.
The Canadian boys.
The Canadian boys representing. That's right.
Exactly,
Thank you so much for being here, man. I don't want to take too much of your time. You bared through my technical difficulties. I appreciate you, homie. I encourage everybody to go check out Dr. AutoFlower over on YouTube and over on Instagram. I appreciate you too. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for being here, man. Have yourself a great night.
Thank you, man.
We'll do this again. We'll talk AutoFlowers even in depth more. Can't wait for a collab, bro. Peace, homie.
Awesome to get a chat with you and Mrs. P.
Thanks, brother.
Easy, man.
Peace, G.
Cheers.
Wow. Cheers, homie. Wow. Huge shout out to my boy Dr. AutoFlower. I'm telling you right now, if you are not following Dr. AutoFlower over on Instagram and YouTube, you are missing out. I know he says that he's going to start getting into YouTube again, but the reality is that even if you go and check out his other content, you will not be disappointed because it is absolutely fantastic.
And a huge shout out to AC Infinity for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for some high-tech quality equipment for your tent, check out acinfinity.com. Whether it's their clip-on fans, the Gen 2s, their air circulation systems, or their lights, check them out at acinfinity.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You're going to save a few dollars off at checkout. You're going to help support the show, and you're going to get yourself some quality equipment. Also, a huge shout out to Seedsman. If you're looking for some quality genetics from a quality place, check out Seedsman. Use promo code PIGEONS420. They're working with some of the best breeders in the game to hook you up with quality genetics. Check them out. Use promo code PIGEONS420 and thank them both for sponsoring today's video.